Hi, my name is Rob Holt, and today I'm going to show you how to tie a streamer fly. It's very simple to do, and all you need is a few small tools and some proper fly tying material, and you can tie yourself a fly. To begin with, you have to place your hook into your vise. We do this by just grabbing the very tip of the fly like that. The idea is to leave enough of the hook hanging off the end here that you can work with. This is actually the part that you're going to tie right here. Okay, the first thing you want to do is you want to get your hair. I said I would use the orange and green hair. All right. I like using as straight a piece as I can as it makes it a little easier. All you do is you grab a small tuft of it, and you try to separate it a little bit, pull it away. Smooth it out a little. And then you want to clip it towards the base here. You can see where I've got that at the base of my little leather strip. And then just cut it right off. Now a lot of times there's little short hairs that are towards the end, and you just flick your hair a few times and then I'll pull those off of there. Now how this works is we want to get the tips as straight as we can, so everything is stacked up against the tip. So we're going to stick it in here. This is my hair stacker, and all you do is you poke your hair down in there, and you see how it's all kind of level or flush at this end. Well, we want it flush at the tips. So you stick it in there, and all you do is you just tap this up and down several times. You see how it's all rugged now? Well, hopefully my tips are flush. Okay. Once you've done that, I want to get my thread going. I'm going to tie my thread onto my hook and get a little starter. And the best way to do that is just make a few wraps. And when I let go of my hook and my bobbin to work on something, I always leave my bobbin hanging here. That leaves tension onto the thread and the hook so everything doesn't come unraveled. And I just do that a few times, wrap it around. Now, I'm going to pull my hair out of the hair stacker. As you can see, my tips are, for the most part, they're lined up quite a bit better than what they were. You're going to pull it out, bunch it together, try to pull out the loose thread, or the loose hairs if you can. Alright? And I'm going to tie this onto my hook. Now, when you tie your hair onto your hook, you only want to go out about as far as the hooked or the bent edge of the shaft here. If you stick it out any longer than that, what will happen is this material here will get caught up in your point, or it could. So it's always a good idea just to go about the length of your hook. Okay, so you place it on top, make a couple of loose loops, kind of get that on there, and that'll hold it kind of in the position that I want it to. Alright. Alright, now we're going to trim this off. I'm actually going to put a little more green on there also. So we'll do, okay, we got a little base of green hair. I'm going to use orange hair, and we'll put the orange hair on next. Put it on the same. put some more on. Make this quite a bit thicker than the other one. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get it in the stacker. The hair kind of wants to do its own little thing. Just kind of help it in there. Got a nice, fairly even tips. Put those on. Even it up a little so the hair is on top of the hook. And then we'll trim this off. Now to finish this, we want to make a head on the end of the hook here, and we're just going to whip this with the black thread here, tie it all up, clean it up a little, and then our fly will be finished. We want to put enough thread on so it covers up the orange in the green colored hair, and this will actually look like the head of a bug a little bit, but because it'll be black. But as you can see, once that's covered up, we're gonna give ourselves a little bit of leeway, and we'll use our finishing tool, our whipping tool, to tie our knot in the thread. This is pretty simple to use. You just pull it up here and you turn it, and all we're going to do is just wrap this around the tip of the hook like so, and it basically just puts a bunch of half hitches into the thread. You slip it off like so, and then you pull your string, your thread tight, and I'll tell you what, we'll put another one on just for good measure. And here you go. There's our finished streamer fly. Pretty simple. When I do this, it usually takes me just a minute to tie a fly, minute or two. Very inexpensive to tie, but very effective.